Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The Chase star Anne Hegerty has revealed her fears of dating stem from struggling with someone encroaching on her personal space and attributes that to being diagnosed with autism. The Chase star Anne Hegerty has opened up about why she has never had a long-term partner. The 66-year-old TV star says she struggles with letting anyone into her personal space, attributing her fears of dating to being diagnosed with autism at 45. Anne said her terror of growing close to someone once resulted in her unplugging her phone to stop a boyfriend being able to contact her. During a recent interview, she explained, "I really struggle with closeness and having anyone else in the house. I think an awful lot of autistic people don't get married or settle down. I don't even have pets for that reason, and my capacity for living with other people is just diminishing. I need a huge amount of alone time," she insisted. Coronation Street, Carla prepares to propose to Lisa. Anne also admitted that she is quite happy to remain single forever as she now requires more space than someone could possibly give me. Anne's last relationship lasted 4 months, and she claimed that it only worked because it was a long-distance love, with her living in Manchester at the time. The quiz star said she purposefully engineered the situation to the point where it would not work. And while she was happy that it had come to an end, she candidly confessed that she initially cried with relief, but that soon turned into tears of guilt. In a chat with the Daily Mail, she continued, "I'd be sitting there just waiting for the phone to ring, thinking, 'Don't phone, don't phone, don't phone.' Other times, just to get over the suspense, I'd phone him, and of course that made him think that I wanted to talk to him, but I think I just wanted to get it over with. I didn't want to talk to him or anyone." And this explains why the star of the ITV quiz show never had children. At one point in her life, she said that she wanted to become a mother, but knew she wouldn't have been able to tolerate it a lot. She went on to say, "About 20 years ago, there was a little boy and girl who lived near me, and they used to come around my house. We managed to restrict it to just 1 hour a day, and they always wanted to stay longer. They were absolutely smashing kids and were now friends on Facebook, but I couldn't even handle that for more than an hour." Rather than embarking on a relationship, Anne said that she prefers having men as friends, as she is drawn to them more than women. She recalled attending a quiz in June, and at the end of that day, another woman pointed out they were the only women left in the room. But Anne said she had not noticed, as she was simply talking to her pals, who happened to be men. Anne is godmother to her co-star Mark Labette's 8-year-old son, Lawrence. She added that she always remembers to send him his birthday present along with his Christmas present, as he is born in November. The usually unshakable governess of the Chase was sitting in a quiet London cafe, far from the studio lights and tense quiz show atmosphere. Anne Hegerty's sharp eyes softened as she stirred her tea, the clink of the spoon marking a pause before she spoke. "You know, people see me on TV and think I'm this confident, intimidating woman," she said with a small laugh. "But dating has always terrified me." For years, fans had admired Anne's razor-sharp wit and commanding presence on the ITV hit show. Yet behind the scenes, she had quietly carried insecurities that had shaped her personal life. Growing up, Anne often felt out of step with her peers. Her late autism diagnosis had explained much of the social discomfort she experienced. The difficulty reading signals, the anxiety in crowded rooms, and the exhausting mental effort of conversations that others found effortless. "I didn't even have the language to explain it back then," she recalled. "So I convinced myself that relationships were for other people, not me." Anne admitted that the idea of letting someone close enough to see her vulnerabilities was daunting. The fear wasn't rejection, not really. It was the idea that someone might try to fix me when I've spent years learning to live comfortably in my own way. Her work became her refuge. Television, quizzing, and writing filled her days. The demands of a busy career left little room for a traditional family life. She'd never married, and she never had children. "It's not that I dislike children," she explained, her gaze drifting to the cafe window. "I just never felt the urge strongly enough to push past the complications. Parenting is about constant availability, and I've always needed space and solitude to function. It wouldn't have been fair to them." Still, there was a wistfulness in her tone, a faint acknowledgment of the road not taken. Friends and colleagues had encouraged her to try dating later in life, but Anne admitted that the thought still filled her with apprehension. "It's like learning a foreign language in your 60s, she said, smiling sadly. "Possible? No." Yet she insisted she was far from lonely. Over the years, she had built a close-knit circle of friends who accepted her quirks without question. Fans regularly approached her in public, offering warm words and sharing how much she meant to them. "That's its own kind of love," she said. "It may not be romantic, but it's genuine." As the rain tapped gently against the window, Anne finished her tea and stood to leave, her famous composure returning like a cloak. "I've made peace with my life," she said. "I'm not incomplete without a partner or children. I'm just me, and that's enough." With that, the governess stepped back into the drizzle, walking away with the quiet certainty of someone who knows exactly who she is and is unafraid to live by it.